Welcome back to another class on Halacha for Women. We're on the sefer called Otzar Denim by Rabbi Yosef Shlita. After seeing in the previous class how a woman should lead by example when it comes to prayer or blessings, today Rabbi Yosef is going to bring down how can one actually do it? How can one upgrade his tefillah, upgrade his level in concentration? Because a lot of times when you wonder, why can't I have kavanah in my tefillah? Why when I say Birkat Hamazon I rush? Why when I say Barachot, I'm not really in tune with it? Why is that? It all comes down because we don't really understand the words. Our mind is everywhere. Just imagine, I'm not saying it's allowed, but just imagine sitting and watching a TV show in Chinese. Would you understand anything? No. Would you have interest in it? No. Lahavdil elav lahavdalot. I do not want to compare the two. But if a person comes and he davens Shemona Esrei, not knowing what the words are coming out of his mouth, it's like Chinese for you. So why should you have concentration? Or why should you feel a connection with Hashem? So that's why Rabbi Yosef Shlita is going to tell us in this paragraph today the importance of davening from Sidurim, where there is translation and even transliteration for those people that don't know how to read Lashon HaKodesh. B'chutz la'aretz, outside of the land of Israel, she'ein hakol mivinim Lashon HaKodesh, where not everyone understands the holy language. Af al pi chen al ha'isha litpalel b'Lashon HaKodesh. A woman should still daven in the holy language. Kenusach shetiknu Chazal, like the text which the rabbis of blessed memory have instituted. You have to understand, why is he saying over here, why is he saying that a woman should still daven in a holy language? Because that's not what the halacha requires us. Halacha clearly says a person is able to daven in any language you understand, whether it's going to be Shema, whether it's going to be Barachot, whether it's going to be Birkat Hamazon, whether it's going to be Shemona Esrei, doesn't matter. One is able to go ahead and daven in, or say Barachot in any language that he understands. Still, Rav Yosef Shlita says that the woman should go ahead and do her best to try to daven in Lashon HaKodesh, like the rabbis of blessed memory have instituted. U'mitzvah lahatpis sham sidurei tefillah. There is a mitzvah to go ahead and print out over there the prayer books, but often in a way she'amud echad yeh b'Lashon HaKodesh, where one column will be in the holy language, and in parallel to the words, you'll have the meaning of the words. So whenever you're davening and you're saying Baruch, parallel to the word Baruch, it says bless. When you say Atah, parallel to the word Atah, you have you. So now when you're davening, you're able to understand what you're saying. Again, Baruch Hashem, today we have the Jermazian, we have the Art Scroll, we have the Ben Israel sitters. All of them are able to go ahead and do this job. So it's very important to be able to daven from a sitter where you're able to connect with it, where you're able to understand. Somebody one time told me that when he davened in English, which is a fact, when he davened in English, he cried because he understood the words. When he davened in Hebrew, he had no meaning. There was no kavanah. So, Rabotai, the eitzah is, again, halachically, you could daven any way you want. But the best way to daven, because you're using Lashon HaKodesh, it can pierce through the heavens, even without you having any kavanah. We want you to still go ahead and daven Lashon HaKodesh. But the importance over there is when you're done with Lashon HaKodesh, eventually, little by little, you will learn. For the first bracha, you have to understand, like we saw in the previous class. So, say the first month you use Art Scroll or Jermazian or Ben Israel, and you're just working on that first bracha. A month later, 2 months later, however long it takes you, begin on the second bracha. And then after that, begin on the third bracha. Once you have each bracha cold, you know it well, move on to the next bracha until you have all the 90 brachot down. And then you'll see what kind of tefillah you're going to have. So that's why he comes to Rav Yosef Shlita and he says that there's a mitzvah to print Sidurim like we have today. Baruch Hashem, it's already out. Why? Kedei shakol yavinu pirush atefillah kishemitpalalim b'Lashon HaKodesh. In order for everyone to understand the meaning of the words when they're praying the Shemona Esrei in the holy language. ויש שהדפיסו סידורי תפילה באופן שעמוד אחד בלושת הקודש, ומקבל לעומתו המילים עצמם בלושת הקודש באותיות לתניות בגופן שלהם, כדי שיוכלו אלה שאינם יודעים לקרוא בכתב שלנו, להתפלל גם כן בלושת הקודש. Not everybody is able to read Lashon HaKodesh. Not everybody knows Aleph Bet. Not everybody knows the vowels underneath the letters. So that's why he says there are those that printed on one side you have Lashon HaKodesh, and on the other side you have the transliteration. What's nice with the Ben Israel Siddhers, it's Lashon HaKodesh, translation, and transliteration. Not every Siddur has that. His Siddur per se has that, which is very nice. He did a very beautiful job. ואף על פי שבאותיות הלטיניות חסרות כמה מהעברות לושן הקודש כגון אות עין או אות ח' וכיוצא בהן שאינם באותיות שלהן, בכל מקום עדיף לעשותן כממש שימנעו לגמרי מלהתפלל. He wants to say, Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlomo wants to say now, that in these siddhers where they're transliterated, they're not going to be able to go ahead and tell you how to say the ayin. For example, the ayin we say is right? Shema, not Shema. Shema, correct? Or the letter chet. Yes, it's not chet, it's het. So he wants to say that you're not going to be able to transliterate it that the way that it should sound like that. In my humble opinion, I've seen the works of Ben Israel. It's unbelievable, Rabotai, the way he went ahead and he made everything. It's beautiful, Rabotai. Again, see to ask your local rabbis which siddur is good to daven from. Go ahead, use them. Allow that to help you grow in Avodat Hashem. Or another thing you can do as a suggestion, instead of, sometimes a woman goes ahead and, she's watching this, wasting her time over here. When your husband's out learning, get a book on tefilla. Or get a book even on Shemon Esrei in the English. They have it in the bookstores. And on your own tefillah, your own prayer, write down on the word Baruch. For example, whatever you want, the way you want to understand, like blessed are you Hashem, whatever is going to allow you to connect to that word of Baruch. And little by little, Rabotai, you're going to make your Shemon Esrei mamish a meaningful Shemon Esrei. He concludes over here and he says, first of all he said, it's better that people daven from the transliterate Sidurim than not to daven at all. Even though it doesn't have those letters properly. But like I mentioned, in my humble opinion, the Ben Israel books, I think they did a good job. You could even see that he has those pronunciation of Ayin and Chet and so on and so forth, also other letters. But nevertheless, he wants to conclude and he says, V'rachman libabai. Hashem wants a person's heart.